And now on to a CBS 21 special assignment. They left it all on the field, and now nearly all of them have no idea they're also leaving money on the table. That's until CBS 21 sports director Jason Bristol came calling. He stumbled onto something extraordinary. Millions of dollars owed to unsuspecting former football players, including ones from around here. Now, we don't know how many of these ex-players may benefit from this next story, but all it takes is one.
There you go.
Even the best players need an assist every now and then.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
It's a lesson Jason Bryant is likely teaching these kids through his work with Harrisburg's Police Athletic League.
Right here, on 3, pal.
And Jason speaks from experience.
Good.
With a little help from us,
So when you called me,
he's finally receiving thousands and thousands of dollars owed to him.
actually it's a blessing.
And he's not the only one.
And you had no idea it was sitting there?
I had absolutely no idea there was any money up there.
What started out as a simple assignment to help a couple of former football players from the Harrisburg area at some point turns into something bigger than myself or photojournalist Colin Powell ever imagined.
Isn't this amazing how many people, all these guys?
Taking us from Pennsylvania to points all across the world.
Oh, wow. Oh, they're all getting back to you.
And it begins
the next member of this class
with Michael Payton, recently elected to the College Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah, so one day I'm looking for your CFL stats, so I put your name in with CFL, and this website comes up.
That website belonging to the Canadian Football League's Players Association, or CFLPA. It lists more than 900 former players it considers missing, and missing out on their pensions.
I had a great experience.
Once a quarterback for a team in Saskatchewan, Michael Payton
I had absolutely no knowledge until you contacted me and told me.
Was on that list. And when you total up all the guys whom the CFLPA says it's lost touch with, and all the money these ex-pros are now entitled to, it's roughly $4.5 million, according to this article in an Ottawa newspaper. So, on Michael's behalf, we contacted the Canadian company managing the pension fund. Michael then provided the personal information the company requires, and now
I mean, it's money I can invest in my child's college fund.
He has money he never realized was his.
For future things down the road.
And down another road,
Summerlin Brown.
There's Jason Bryant.
I went to a tryout in Atlanta, Georgia.
3 years in the CFL.
It was mentioned to me
also missing.
About a year ago.
This time, though, I was able to help him.
Okay, that works.
File his claim.
It means a lot. I mean, we could always use money, you know.
How can a players' association lose track of so many people? Well, players tend to move around a lot, and most of these guys played before everyone had an email address. But now, it's a whole new ballgame.
Where is he?
And here is where our focus changes. I decided to randomly Google names from the list.
Don Hover.
And within minutes, we found guys from the U.S. and Canada on LinkedIn, Facebook, and other websites. He's now a motivational speaker. Some are on Twitter.
He's an actor now.
Heck, we even hit up their kids on Twitter.
She's a Canadian Olympian.
In all, we found nearly 200 players. Collectively, their pensions could be worth upwards of $250,000. And of those who responded, nearly everyone had no idea about the money.
But the man who stands out the most is one of these players who is likely owed the least.
Bill Massey wrote this station a long email after I contacted him. Now living in the Philippines, he's trying to develop small power plants for the country's poor. He doesn't remember paying into that pension system, but he thanked me because money is so tight, he believes his small pension, maybe $1,000, will now keep his family alive. And while it's not life-changing money for the guys from Harrisburg, they're happy to have it because even when a career is over, players can still use an assist every now and then.
Whether it's $200 or whether it's $20,000, it's money you don't have. And I was always taught a bird in the hand is better than two in the bush, so.
Actually, it's a blessing. You know, I work hard for that money, you know, so it's well deserved.
And guys, the CFLPA tells me it's doing everything it can to let these players know they have money. It's even used a search firm, but
Well, for one super senior, it's the final home game at Shippensburg University. After celebrating today with family and friends, Taylor Wiseman is wondering, where do I go from here?
That answer is complicated because going home is out of the question. She's explaining why for the first time publicly to CBS 21 Sports Director Jason Bristol.
To get a true scouting report on the truly remarkable Taylor Wiseman, you need to know the people who should know her best.
There's nothing she won't do.
Like her mom.
She's strong-willed. She knows exactly what she wants.
Her coaches.
She just makes me proud every day.
Even the big hitter herself.
Something I just don't want people to know me as. I want people to know me as, oh, that's the homeless girl playing that ship. Like, I don't like that. I don't want to be labeled as that.
Yes, homeless. Yet somehow, Taylor Wiseman has started nearly every game in college, tied her school's home run record, and is soon graduating with a degree in social work.
I really want to help people who are like me, kind of, in a way.
And a minor in criminal justice. All these major things, are they what make Taylor Wiseman so extraordinary? Or could it be something else?
So how did Taylor end up homeless? Well, her parents got a divorce. And then she says her mom couldn't keep up with the bills. And finally came the notice of foreclosure. And to this very day, she can remember that exact day.
My senior year, I'll never forget that day, February 25th, 2011. My mom told me the night before that we're losing our house. And I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a little emotional here.
Taylor's mom,
why?
Janet.
I feel sometimes like I failed her. Took some stability away from her for a while. And that's a mom's job.
But through it all, a daughter's passion.
Who's going in?
Softball. Now.
I want to get her something.
And in high school.
Coming here was her release.
With support from Coach Mike Stepp.
From that part of her life.
The field, home.
She was always in a happy mood when she was here.
But where?
We randomly moved into this girl's house.
Did Taylor stay?
I didn't even know who she was.
How about anywhere she could? It's something she's been hiding from nearly everyone. So is all this what makes Taylor Wiseman's success so striking? Or that away from school?
If it wasn't for them, I have no idea where I'd be living right now.
She's still without a home, staying with her boyfriend's family? And she's never even mentioned her situation.
Were you aware that she is homeless?
To her college coach.
I was not aware of that.
No, the most unforgettable thing about the remarkable Taylor Wiseman is this.
It's hard. I'm still kind of embarrassed by it.
She is now finding her voice.
Then why talk to me?
To speak up.
Because I feel like people need to know in a way.
And help.
And I want people to know that no matter what happens to you, you can do it.
All this, it's too much for one scouting report. Just know that anyone with this kind of heart will find their way.
Yes, sir.
Home.
Indeed, and Taylor went to CD East. She may be lacking a home, but she has parents, coaches, friends who love and support her. The great ones show extraordinary skill, but the most memorable ones, they display this incredible will, even if they don't see it themselves. It's the ultimate goal of one wrestler who believes he is no different than anyone else.
In this sport, you're expected to leave it all on the mat. And Ryan Wrestler does this after bringing everything he's got.
One of my biggest pet peeves is when people say, oh, you were at a disadvantage. I don't think of it that way. I don't like that.
It's that kind of attitude Ryan holds on to as he wrestles toward his ultimate goal, despite being born without a right hand. Ryan realizing early on,
wow, I'm only swinging with one hand,
that baseball probably wasn't going to happen.
That's why I like wrestling.
So now he makes things happen.
Go out there and you try to beat that kid before he beats you.
Yes, Ryan wins some and loses some. And not every move comes easy, but wrestle Ryan Wrestler and you're gonna have your hands full. Time! How does Ryan do it?
Well, for him, it's always been about adapting. And besides, his competitors could be watching. You think he's gonna give away his game plan?
What's not a secret?
He brings actually a lot of good energy, you know.
Ryan's attitude.
I've never once heard him make an excuse.
His coach, Brian Baglio.
You know, everybody's looking for an excuse. Why did this? You'll never hear that from Ryan.
Push-ups, pull-ups, tie-ups, all of this, to him, it's no big deal.
Time!
Which brings us back to Ryan's ultimate goal, to eventually
Go to states, definitely.
Can you do it?
I think if I put in, not right now, but I think definitely if I put in enough work. I think anybody can do it if they put in enough work.
Ryan Ressler says he has a limb difference. When compared to other wrestlers, there's really no difference at all.
And here's a kid who doesn't think he's doing anything remarkable